Thank you, Lee. Good evening, everyone. I am recording this presentation. My daughter is in high school band, and tonight is her final performance. And I wouldn't dare miss that. And so anyway, I can't be in two places at one time. So I've decided to attend tonight's meeting by pre-recording my presentation. Thanks for bearing with me. Last month, we talked about improving your sales game by knowing your numbers. And the numbers we're talking about are those related to your sales activities that result in generating transactions. Tonight, we're going to review that briefly, and we're also going to talk about studying and practicing your craft and also your attitude and improving your thinking. Last meeting, we used Jack Nicklaus as an example of a guy that used impeccable work habits and getting into knowing his numbers to improve his game. Jack Nicklaus is considered the greatest golfer of all time. He's won 18 major championships, 73 together. And he says talent isn't as important as work ethic and a dedication to succeed. So what were the work habits that made Jack so successful? Well, this guy would play a 4-hour round of golf in a tournament, and then he would practice. Think about that. So my question to you is, do you practice after your presentations? Do you review mentally what you did well and what you didn't do so well? The first clubs that Jack would practice after his round of golf were the clubs that he did not hit well that day. So my question to you is, have you ever said something that you wish you had said differently, or you said something you regret? Well, those are the clubs that you hit poorly and that you need to review and improve upon. The next clubs that Jack practiced were the clubs that he didn't hit at all that day. So my question to you is, do you rehearse, modify, and improve your 30-second pitch every day? You really may need to work on that 30-second pitch and make it as abbreviated as possible. And the other thing about Jack Nicklaus that really impressed me is this guy ended his practice with the clubs that he hit well that day to reinforce his confidence. And that just blew me away. Here's a guy that is the all-time leader in golf. He holds all the world records, and he needs to reinforce his confidence. Well, in sales, if you've ever been in sales for some time, you know that eventually your confidence is going to wane, and you need to boost your confidence. So you need to review what you did well for the day or the week and reinforce your confidence in yourself. So what are the clubs in your sales bag? Conversations, appointments, listings / buyer agreements, closed transactions, the commissions that you earn, and your average sale. The first club in your sales bag is conversations. I learned from Chris Lytle, my all-time favorite sales trainer, ask and you get, don't and you won't. So I encourage you, when you have a conversation with somebody, ask for something. Ask for a follow-up appointment. Ask for a referral. Ask for something. And remember the 80-20 rule. It's 80% listening, 20% talking, and a lot of salespeople have that inverted. Practice your pitch, but try to sound real. Don't try to sound like it's something you've memorized and it's a canned pitch. Abbreviate what you say and cut to the chase. And if you want to be interesting to your prospects, be interested in them. Ask them questions. And then also give yourself an activity or a conversation goal, either a daily or weekly goal. Last month, I introduced everybody to Tim Smith. Tim and his crew, they generated $700 million in sales in 2021. By the way, Tim generated $600 million himself. He follows a self-imposed 5-5-4-2 plan, meaning he gives himself 5 conversations with people he knows every day. He makes 5 conversations with people he doesn't know every day. He has 4 conversations with people as a follow-up every day. And he generates either 2 videos per day or per week that he posts on social media. That's his plan. I encourage you to make your own plan. Here's a sample goal for you. What if you picked a goal of 20 transactions in a year? That's over a 10-month year. Why 10 months? You got to factor in vacations and holidays, sick days, and so forth. In a month's time, you would generate about 80 conversations. Wow, that sounds like a lot, but it's not when you break it down on a daily perspective. That's only 4 conversations a day. That's an easy goal. So I'm encouraging you to give yourself a goal daily, weekly, and monthly, and annually. The next club in your sales bag is appointments. Conversations should result in appointments. You need to track how many conversations you need to generate in order to generate an appointment. I encourage you to be on time for your appointments. Remember, everything you do is an audition. I recently asked for 3 contractors to give me quotes on redoing our bathroom in our home. The first contractor showed up 45 minutes late. He didn't even get considered. The other contractor didn't show up at all, and I certainly didn't call him back. The third guy was on time, and he was personable, and he also gave me his estimate on time and on budget. Guess what? He got my business. I would encourage you to follow up appointments with a text or an email. Make sure you tell your prospects what you told them verbally. It confirms everything. People forget, and so you need to reinforce your presentation in writing. And also, people like to do business with others that they like and they have common ground with. When I first meet a prospect, one of the first things I do is I ask them, where are you from? What are you into? What are some of your hobbies? Tell me about your family. And somewhere in that conversation, I try to find commonality. The next club in your bag is listings/buyer agreements. Appointments should result in listings or buyer agreements. Do you know how many appointments are required to generate an agreement? If not, you need to get into the numbers, the sales numbers of your sales game. You need to put birthdays and anniversaries in your Outlook and make sure you reach out to your prospects and your customers and wish them a happy birthday or happy anniversary. The next thing is follow up with a text, email, or better yet, follow up with a handwritten note of thanks. In this day and age, not many people issue handwritten notes. And when you do, make sure you write it in longhand with blue ink. Why blue ink? Because it sends the message that, hey, this is a personal note that I took my personal time to write. It is not a computer-generated note. The next club in your bag is closed transactions. Listings or buyer agreements should result in closed transactions. What's the number of listings and agreements you need to generate a transaction? Everybody's different. Some people need to generate more listings and agreements that result in a transaction than others. You need to monitor and track that. And once again, send a handwritten thank you note in blue ink. The next club in your bag, commissions earned. Transactions will result in commissions earned, and that's what we all work for, right? So you need to establish an income goal for yourself. Display it as a daily reminder. Put it on the mirror in your bathroom and look at it every day. Monitor your progress toward that goal. Keep your head in the game. Determine how many transactions you need to reach your goal. Next club in your bag, the average sale. Tracking your average sale is a terrific tool for helping keeping your head in the sales game. Your average sale reveals the quality of your prospects. It also says a lot about your ability to upsell. And last month, we talked about why people don't achieve their goals. University of Scranton did research on this topic. 92% of people don't achieve their goals for the reasons that are bulleted on the screen here. Either the goals are not specific enough, they get distracted by too much multitasking, the goals are unrealistic, or they're too challenging. Perhaps they're not committed or passionate about their goals. Maybe they don't monitor their progress toward achieving the goals. Maybe the goals are not broken down into smaller manageable tasks on a daily, weekly, monthly level. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't achieve their goals because they're defeated mentally. And we're going to talk about that in the last 3 slides here. If you're not familiar with Vince Lombardi, he led the Green Bay Packers to 5 NFL championships, including the very first and second Super Bowls way back in 1967 and 68. He said, it's easy to have faith in yourself and have discipline when you're winning. However, you have to have that same faith in yourself and that same discipline when you're not winning. Are you familiar with Halle Berry? She was asked, what do you attribute to your success? She said, 30% is work ethic. I think it's very important to take your work seriously, to be on time, to respect your coworkers who are depending on you. 30% is willingness to study and know your business. 20% is tenacity and having the courage to fight and to never take no for an answer, even when you're being told no. Pretend that you don't hear no and fight until the dotted line is signed by someone else. Until then, you always have a chance until you don't have a chance. The last 20% is luck. When an opportunity comes your way, make sure you are prepared to be the one who can deliver the goods. She said, I've had a lot of luck on my side, but I've always been prepared when luck happens. The last guy I want to introduce you to is Samuel Goldwyn. He's a Polish-American film producer. He came to this country penniless and became the founding contributor and executive of several motion picture studios in Hollywood. His awards include the 1973 Golden Globe Cecil B. DeMille Award, the Irving Thalberg Memorial Award in 1947, and another humanitarian award in 1958. Anyway, he says, the harder I work, the luckier I get. And I think we've all heard that before. I just didn't know that it was Mr. Goldwyn that said that. So my final question to you is, are you prepared for luck when opportunity comes your way? I encourage you to get your head into the numbers. Know your numbers, and I guarantee you will improve your sales success. You guys have a nice evening. Thank you for your time.